My name's Curt Davidson. I'm a faculty member in the Recreation and Leisure Studies Department. And my background is in experiential education. And so throughout all this process, transition to teaching, I've tried to figure out the best ways to go about doing experiential learning online. So what does that look like? And what tools are out there to help us? And probably the best tool that I have been able to find thus far is a platform called Flipgrid. So Flipgrid, yeah, like I said, it's a video-based platform. There's tons of different advantages, different ways to use it. So the purpose of this workshop is going to be to kind of figure out, what does Flipgrid do? I'm going to show you a couple little basic things that will help hopefully empower you to figure out how to use it for your classes. It's not going to be an exhaustive workshop on Flipgrid because although it's really user-friendly, it also has tons of features. And so you could literally spend probably a whole week just going through all the features and figuring all those out. So yeah, that's kind of what the goal of today is, kind of a large overview, trying to get you to think about how you can use it for your courses, and then we'll see some of the basics and how to use it in Beachboard especially. So yeah, before we get started, I put a handout in the chat, a link to a handout that will is mostly a list of videos of how to get further information on Flipgrid, how to specifically embed Flipgrid into a post or a Beachboard site or whatever the case. So you can download that now or at the end of the presentation, whatever you want. So yeah, let's get into it here. So what is Flipgrid? Flipgrid is like I said, it's a video-based submission platform. It's a really convenient, easy way to basically take a video that you've made on your phone, make it really fast and easy, post it to this platform. It eliminates the need to post it to YouTube and all that. And it's really great for posting a video and getting a video back. So you can either have the students post a video and students respond to students, you respond to the students, or have the students respond to a video you've posted. And the best thing about it is it's built for educators. So inherently in Flipgrid, there's some communication features, some closure. So, like if you post a video to YouTube, anybody with that link can get that video and do whatever the case with it. And so you're going to run into some different issues with that, and it's definitely privacy issues. Flipgrid is nice because you can close it off and only the people that are in your class can see and utilize that video. It's very hard to extract the video off of Flipgrid. Not impossible, but difficult.
Hey, Curt.
Yeah.
Just your link didn't show up in the chat.
Oh, it didn't. Okay, I'll post it again here in a minute.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. So I've already hinted a little bit about why you could use Flipgrid, but basically Flipgrid is totally free. So a couple years ago, Microsoft bought it and decided to make the whole platform free. So if you're like me, don't have a ton of extra cash laying around to pay for all these platforms that are competing for our dollars right now. So that's one really huge advantage to free. There's not even any ads or any in-app purchases or anything. So it's all free. It's also, like I was saying, incredibly user-friendly. It works on Apple, on Android, on cell phones, on tablets, whatever the case may be. So if students only have access to a cell phone and no laptop and no tablet, they can still use Flipgrid very easily. So it's really nice feature for that. And then I like to think of it too as it basically has unlimited potential. I keep thinking of new ways to use it throughout my coursework here, and I think we can come up together in this workshop with some really creative and interesting ways to use it. So I'm excited to see what you all can come up with in this workshop. So just some different, my slide here got a little bit messed up, but some different kind of broad overarching categories of activities and ways to use it are you can have students demonstrate a skill. I do this, so I also teach the wilderness studies courses, so I use it for things like our rock climbing class here, where I've posted a video of myself tying a particular knot or doing a particular skill, how to put on a harness properly. Then I'll have the students respond to my video of them tying that knot or them putting on the harness. So it's really nice for tangible skill demonstration. You can have them do reflection posts, read a chapter, post a reflection, demonstrate a project. You can have them do a whole presentation right on Flipgrid, research presentation. You can even hold digital office hours on Flipgrid where you're doing videos back and forth, Q&A about your class. And then Socratic discussions, obviously. I used it in, we have a class called Philosophy of Recreation and Leisure, those of you in the department know. I used it to have a back and forth dialogue when I taught that class with our students. So super useful, super diverse, I would say. So I also teach a class here called Recreation Resource Management. And one of my big goals in that class is to get the students to connect land management topics to everyday urban environments in our local parks. And that can be really difficult because some of our students have never left the city. They've never left, you know, our little community here in Long Beach. And so I wanted to show you, just before we get started, a really interesting an assignment that I've had a lot of success with throughout the years. So I did get, can you all see the Flipgrid screen at this point? Sure. Should be a single student. Yeah, okay, great. So I did get, this is Elizabeth, one of our students from last year. I did get her permission to use this video. And so what happened was I posted a module about soil and water and all the issues that go into land management relative to that. And I asked them to go out with their phones and find a soil and water issue that was covered in the module, learning module here where they work or where they live. And so this is what she posted.
No sound on our end.
No sound? Well, shoot. Well, I'll talk you through it. So
no, you just have to go out of screen share.
okay.
And then before you click share screen, there's a small little box that says share your audio.
Share your audio. All right, let's try this.
Hey guys.
Yep.
So for my water source video or chat, I'm going to show you a picture because it's super windy outside. So bear with me. This is, there we go, over my face. So this is my water issue. So this is at the park I work at. It's on our walking trail, and I'm going to add in another picture. This is all new to me, sorry guys. This is our picnic area. So as you can see, we had some rain yesterday and this morning, and so water collects in these two areas, and it's been one of our biggest problems here for as long as I've worked here. The funny part is we just had our facility redone, and so those two areas were parts that they worked on and tried to level them. It's extremely hard to get the water out of that area, and it's like a sandy dirt material, and so it really collects that water and holds it in, and then creates this muddy mess that just gets everywhere. So it's not a good thing. We've talked about trying to level out this area up here. I don't know why I'm pointing because you guys can't see the picnic area. We tried to redo the sand, shift it, and re-level it. The walking trail, they add dirt to it every 3 months, and if we have a really bad rainstorm, then they add some more in. But yeah, those are my water areas for this week's post. So yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's just one specific example of how I've been using the platform, more or less. So really quick, next I wanted to show you how accessible and easy it is to use Flipgrid on a multitude of devices. So what I did was I recorded my screen on my phone and just wanted to show you kind of what it looks like on the mobile platform. So here we go.
Here is
All right, here is my phone screen, and I already have the app installed, so I'm just going to click into the Flipgrid app here. And you see it opens up the screen where I can either enter a code to join a new class, or I can see classes that I'm already in. So I'm going to click right in here to this Desert Expeditions class that I used last semester. And it took me to the assignment I was last on. So this is the same way it works for students, right? So students can jump right in here. They can click on the hamburger icon and see the list of all the active assignments or activities that we got going, and click around. You can see I use this space for general course discussion, so Q&A back and forth with me, other students. Obviously I did a good job with this class because there's no questions. And then here's the recorder, so you just jump right in, add a video button, there's me. You click in here, and here's a bunch of good options that you can play with, some different features, as well as some the other list of topics for this class. So it's really nice if I'm evaluating the students on something, I can click around and go through the submissions pretty quick. The students can like one another's posts right there, you saw, and then yeah, to respond to that student, all I do is click add the comment, and we can have that back and forth dialogue that makes this app so awesome. So again, yeah, this is another way I use the app for instructions or introductions for my students. And then finally, if you click up, you can access the educator dashboard where you can actually grade the assignments right in the app on your phone. So it's really nice, pretty slick. All right, so just be curious to see, just pause really quick and see if there are any questions that anybody has thus far.
So Curt, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
How long did it take to kind of not train or educate students to learn about this Flipgrid?
Yeah, good question. So in that handout, I believe I put it in there, there's a really quick, like 5-minute tutorial on how to use Flipgrid from a person who makes kind of these technology for education videos. So I post that in every class, and I post it in the resource section under my class Beachboard shell, and just have them watch it. And I've never had too much of an issue with a student who can't figure it out. It's pretty user friendly. So yeah, just usually that 5-minute video is all it takes. Yeah, good question.
Thank you.
Anything else before I show you the next piece?
Patty, I think you're on mute. You have to unmute it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I unmuted myself. Sorry, Curt, there was something in the chat. I think it was Kathleen Porter asked about, it's a free app, but also can we get it on our desktop as well, or?
Yep. Yeah, it's totally free, both the mobile version, the desktop app, the web browser, all of it's free.
Okay.
Curt, and I have one more question. Is that kind of comparable with our Beachboard? Is that pretty good, kind of getting together?
Yeah, here in a few minutes, I'm going to show you how how they mash together and how you can easily. I think part of the issue that I haven't had a lot of issues with the platform is that I do embed it into Beachboard for students, so they never even have to leave Beachboard to use the tool. So I'll show you all how to do that here towards the end.
Okay, if you don't mind, can I ask one more question?
Sure.
So I'm not sure about other faculty, but I'm kind of more comfortable using Zoom right now rather than the Flipgrid. And what would be the most advantage using Flipgrid over Zoom? Because it seems like Zoom also can kind of record our if lecture or any video that if you want, and then you can share with students as well, right? But it seems like considering what you show us just now, it seems like it seems to be a little more interactive rather than Zoom. Is that the main difference, or would you?
Yeah, it's well, I'd say the biggest advantage is it can be asynchronous. Okay. So let's say you're doing you want to use it for office hours, and a student has a question, but they maybe they don't get off work till 8 p.m. at night, and so you obviously don't want to be holding Zoom calls at 8 p.m. And so they're going to record their question on Flipgrid, And then when you get up at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock and start your day, you're going to see, oh, I have a message from a student, and you can record a response right back. So I don't know that it replaces the recorded lecture on Zoom, but it can certainly be kind of this supplemental asynchronous tool that you can use. Yeah, yeah, good question.
All right, thank you.
Also.
As far as the handout goes, are you, I didn't see it, was there a link to it in the chat?
Yeah, I think there's a problem with the link, so I'll post it again here at the end.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so I'll take some more questions at the end. Next, I wanted to just show you how easy it is to set up a Flipgrid site for your class. And so I'm going to come in here and go to Flipgrid, and this is my educator dashboard. So I can see all the classes that I have throughout the years. I don't delete the classes because if I teach like kayaking in the fall, I just duplicate the whole grid for the next semester, which is a really nice feature. I don't have to reinvent the wheel, and it copies all my module topics and everything. But let's say I'm starting a new class. So you're just going to come in here and click this create a group session, right, 242. And yeah, you can customize a join code, which you can distribute to students that will only allow the students with that code to join that class. So you can customize that. And this is what I was talking about. This is what makes it kind of a closed circuit system is you can use a code. You can also have students make them have specific school email addresses and only use their school emails. So you can set that up, or you can even give each student a username before setting up the class. So you would email this, you'd say, hey, this is your username to get into our Flipgrid room. Here it is, it only works for you. So if you want to be really secure about it, you can do it that way. I tend to do the student email method, and that's worked pretty well. I haven't had anybody sneak into the class or do anything like that. So yeah, I'm going to make this class, and here's where I would put in the domains for the class. So if I wanted students to make them use their CSULB email address, I would just put CSULB. I would just do it like that. I can also have them use their @Gmail addresses if I want to give them that option as well. So you can click next, and now that'll let them sign into the class. Yeah, and I can choose to duplicate any. So if I'm using this for introductions, let's say, I can go ahead and bring in that topic, or I can skip that step and create all from scratch. And then it gives me the code, and this is kind of the heart and soul of sharing it into Beachboard. So I'm going to come back to this later, this link and this embed code. I'm going to go ahead and go to the group and show you what that looks like. So this is the group that I've just created. It kind of looks familiar to Beachboard in that it has a cover photo here that I can change. And then these are all my topics. So I brought in that introductory topic. I can also create a new topic here, which I might use for virtual office hours. And I can post a prompt here. I can limit the students of how long they can record for. So I use this particularly if I'm doing a reflection piece with this. I usually set it for 2 minutes, and that also helps indicate to the student that, hey, I need to talk for longer than 30 seconds here. This is a 2-minute post. Yeah. And then you can also moderate the students if you're worried about students posting inappropriate things. It hasn't happened to me yet, but this setting allows you to review the video before it goes live into the group. And then you can post a resource. So this is really nice feature as well. So let's say I wanted to post a YouTube video and have the students reflect on that. You can just click into this and put your YouTube video link right into there, and that will pop up as the module topic. And so these are tons of good options. You can create an Adobe Spark, which is like a flyer, a news article outlet. You can curate your own content with Wakelet, create an activity with Kahoot, all these different things. So once I've got all that set up, so a good example is this. So I'll have recorded how to tie a knot video, and I'll post it, I'll upload it right to here. And then I'll create the topic. And then this is another code. This is the topic code. So there's the class level, and then there's the topic code. So yeah, I usually just, I'll come back to that when we get to the beach board part later. And then here's the discussion, the topic. So students can record a response right here. They can add the topic focus, or I can add the topic focus here later. And then I can go back one click and I can see my new topic here and my introductory topic here, so they don't go away. And within this, like I said, there's tons of different features. There's rubrics you can make right in Flipgrid. There's release time and dates, all that sort of thing. So you can customize it kind of until your heart's content there. So yeah. So great. What I'd like to do next is just do a quick breakout session. For me, I know this is a ton of information. I'm going kind of fast, but I thought it'd be interesting to put you in a room with a couple other people and see if you can come up with a creative way to use it for your class this fall or maybe in the spring. So I'll just give you like 5 minutes to kind of process and digest that information, and we'll go from there. So let's see. See you back here in 5 minutes. All right. So, yeah, I would just be curious, maybe would somebody mind unmuting and telling us what they came up with as an activity idea or assignment? A brave soul.
Well, I'll go ahead and start. I know it was Francis and I. We ended up, unfortunately, we share an office together. And we're like, I haven't seen you in so long. So we had to kind of get that stuff out of the way. But the idea, I think, for me, especially in RT, is maybe like demonstrating a skill. I think that would be probably a useful thing. And I'm the kind of person, I may do probably get on and play with it a little bit. And so, you know, to kind of get my comfort level, but that demonstrating the skills was something that, you know, struck a chord with me.
Great. Yeah. How about anybody else? Maybe somebody outside the Rec and Leisure Studies Department, just out of curiosity.
Hi, this is Natalie Whitehouse. I'm with Health Science,
Hey.
and I teach an internship class, and one of the assignments they have to do in internship is do an elevator speech. And I thought it'd be really great for them to be able to record that 30-second elevator speech where I could watch it and then give them feedback.
Yeah, great. That's awesome.
I teach child development, and we can't do fieldwork hours and have them actually interacting with the children. So we've decided to use it at the end of the semester to have the students record a demonstration activity as if they were doing it with the children, but they'll be doing it, you know, to the camera instead.
Cool. Yeah. Okay, great. All right. Well, let's table that topic for a little bit later, and the kind of last big piece, and then I got a little summary things. I just got a request to talk about the accessibility issues as well. So I'll get to that here in a minute. But first I wanted to just show you, you know, one of the reasons I really like this tool is that it integrates into Beachboard so nice and so effectively. So I'm going to show you just exactly a couple ways to do that. There's no one right way to skin this cat, but yeah, I can show you how I do it, and you can figure it out for yourself, a better way that works for you, or try this out. So here I have a previous class, and right now I'm in the content section of Beachboard. And so Beachboard is really nice because adding content, whether it's a calendar item, a news feature, or a content piece for student learning, they're pretty much all the same. And so you can use this in any of those spaces on Beachboard. I can post this right into a news item. I can post this right into a calendar feature and make it an assignment, Dropbox folder, so on and so forth. But typically I'll do them in the content section as kind of at the end of a module. So students know that's how I'm going to assess their learning for that module. So let's say I wanted to put in my introductions that we created earlier in our Flipgrid space right into Beachboard. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here under the content module that I want to create it in, and I'm going to just click Create New. And this is the new content feature in Beachboard. You can turn that on and off by clicking that little down arrow that's right there. I have it on right now, kind of like the new feature. So, but it works in both old and new. So I'm going to click Create New. And then oddly enough, I'm going to create a new HTML document. And that's the one that gives you just kind of the most freedom and flexibility to utilize this. So first I'm going to label it course introductions, and I might put in there, 5 points or whatever, just to be crystal clear that my students are going to get points for this activity. And now in this big white space, I can put whatever I need to put. And that's where I'm going to put the Flipgrid topic. And so I can either share this entire topic by coming up here and clicking this share. And that's how students get access to the course on Flipgrid overall. But this is a case where I want to direct them to a specific topic that I want them to complete. So I'm going to come down here to this share button. That's going to generate a different way to share this. So as for introductions, I'm going to click share. That's going to bring up this pop-up window. And my favorite way is to utilize the embed code. So if I click this, it copies that code for me, and I can come back to Beachboard, and then I can embed that code right here so that it pops up for my students. So this little icon, it's a bit confusing, but it basically means, if you leave your mouse on it long enough, it'll say insert stuff. So I can click on that insert stuff, and I can come down here and click enter embed code. And then I can paste in that code, and it gives me all this weird kind of coding things. Click next. And then it's going to ask for a preview. I'm going to allow that just so I can see what it looks like. And then I'm going to click insert. And now when my students come back to this page, see if I can get it to work here. It's going to look like this. And if they're already logged into Flipgrid, it'll take them right to that topic that they need to complete. Otherwise, hopefully they've already logged in and got all that set up. They can join, they can log right in, and then complete the assignment right there in Beachboard. So it kind of looks like that. Alternatively, you can also, and I usually also do this, is I'll come back to Flipgrid where I got the embed code, and I'll also take the link, and I'll copy that link, and I'll just post it right under the embedded document, so that if students sometimes will have a slower connection and the embed won't load properly on their phone, but most of them will know they see this link and they can click this link and it'll open even on their phone right to that Flipgrid topic. And yeah, works just like that. So that's the easiest way to embed it right into Beachboard.
And Curt, the join with Microsoft, would that take them to 365, the Outlook? Because I know Google will take them to their Gmail, correct?
Yeah.
And if we put in only CSULB emails, I think the Microsoft would go to 365,
Yeah.
right? Which is Outlook.
I believe you're right. Yeah, I believe that will let them log right in with their student.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Let's just test it out here. So I click join with Microsoft, see if it works for me. Here's my CSULB account. Click into that. Yeah, great. So it logs me right in, and now I can utilize Flipgrid right from Beachboard. Say I want to record a response. No, not liking my camera, but yeah, I probably have to set that up prior to the semester, but there you go. That's kind of how it looks right in Beachboard. So it's pretty simple. pretty nice. They also have different sharing options that you can utilize. If you're using Google Classrooms this semester, you can use that. Occasionally I'll use the QR code for students who are, you know, if I want them to be able to access it on their mobile, I can put that right into Beachboard as well. So yeah, basically unlimited types of options to get it into Beachboard. And then finally, I wanted to show you all just a couple of just really nice features that are built in to Beachboard. So let's say I'm going to come in here and I'm going to view Maddie's post for this topic. It's really nice to do either on desktop or the mobile to come in and view the video, and I can add comments really easily. I can, for some reason my camera is not working, maybe because it's in the other, already running in Zoom. But I can record a back and forth response right there. I can hide her post, I can share it. Yeah, then I can come down here, and if I've already made a rubric, I can go ahead and record her score right here for her. And when I do this, it sends her, I can email her the feedback straight from Flipgrid. So I don't have to get into Beachboard at all to evaluate my students on this kind of stuff. And then let's see. Finally, the on the accessibility piece, the Flipgrid, they just had a big update and they made all the videos accessible. And so you can see right here next to this topic is the screen reader that students can use.
Welcome to our classroom grid. This is a space where we will learn together and
yeah, so if you have students with different impairments, just like that, and then also they had just incorporated a brand new real-time captioning feature. And so there's no wait time. As soon as you record the video, your captions pop up, and yeah, students can turn that off and on as these were recorded in the old version, so they're not going to do it. But the new version, yeah, as soon as you record that topic, the captions are going to pop right up on the screen. So they've made huge advancements in terms of accessibility in this last update, and yeah, got me even kind of more excited about it using the tool. So all right, well, yeah, I know we covered a lot of ground, and there's probably some good questions out there. I did manage to get the handout into the chat, so you can take a look at that. Like I said, I didn't have time to cover, you know, you could do probably 10 different webinars on using Flipgrid. And so I didn't want to exhaust and overwhelm you, but I did want to just create awareness that this tool is out there. Some other ways you can use it that I've done are, I've had guest speakers use it, come in and they'll do a guest post. It has a whiteboard feature now, so you can use that when you're recording your video, stickers to make it fun. Yeah, so like I said, basically the possibilities are pretty much endless there. And so, yeah, I'd encourage you just to get in there and play around with it and yeah, see what you can come up with. So that's pretty much.
I don't have the handout posted.
No, darn. Okay, let me see.
Hey, Curt, is there like something that we can type in for it?
Yeah.
Is there an address you want us to type in?
Let me.
Or we can email you to request it or something.
Yeah, you can email me to request it.
Okay.
I can also, all these resources are going to be on the CHHS faculty Keep Teaching resource SharePoint folder, including a recording of this presentation. So you can always get on there and reference it back. But honestly, the YouTube creators, people that do this for a living, have created tons of videos that are better than this workshop. So good old Google will take you to a good place if you need more information about it. So yeah, are there any questions, things I can help clarify? No one kind of.
Curt, I have a question for you. When you're talking about the feedback option, does it all have to be video, or is there an option for us to do it if we just wanted to type a note? And then on top of that, can the student only see it, or can everybody in the class see it?
You can set it both ways. You can do all of the above. So let me go back to Flipgrid here. And if I go to a student post, I'll go back to Maddie here. So right here, I have the options are, I can add a comment. And so that's going to be public to the entire class. And so that's really helpful because oftentimes, like when people are tying knots for my class, right, there's a common mistake that occurs over and over. So I can post a public comment in here. Hey, maybe try to do it this way. Then if I switch into the feedback setting right here, this is where I can either type private comments to the student, or I can record a private video that just goes to that individual student. So you can do both, kind of both options there, which is nice. Yeah, what else?
Are students able to use this in breakout groups at all? Or while Zoom's on, they can't be recording on Flipgrid? Does that make sense? Like if they're in a breakout room, say we have them do a role play, would they be able to access Flipgrid to video it, or they would have to use Zoom?
Yeah, they would probably have to either have a second device and be recording on that, or yeah, I'm not, or maybe they could do window by window, but to my knowledge, there's no way to get it right into Zoom. Yeah, that's a good question though. Yeah, what else?
I have a question. Each board, so you have to manually transfer them over, or how does that work?
Sorry, it kind of cut out a little bit. Can you say that again?
Is there a way to synchronize your Flipgrid gradebook and your Beachboard gradebook, or do you have to manually switch it over?
There's not a way to sync it, but there is a way to export the grades.
Okay.
And so, yeah, you can export the Excel file in Flipgrid and then export the CSV file from Beachboard, and then you just copy and paste in the grades, and then you re-upload it to Beachboard, and it goes right into Beachboard. So that's usually what I do at the end of the semester once I have everything graded in Flipgrid. Yeah, good question.
So if we want to see more samples, you said just to use just like YouTube it, Flipgrid examples, or?
Yeah, let me try one more time with this handout because I don't understand why it's not working. But yeah, there's tons of good resources. Flipgrid itself is very supported by Microsoft, meaning that it's very active. They're doing updates. They have a whole team that works on it. And so they create their own videos and blogs about how educators are using them. So just getting on the site will take you pretty far. Yeah, in terms of getting it to work. Yeah.
Yeah, we were sharing in our group that all of our kids used it when they went online. So if our kids can use it, then it's user friendly. I think our college students can use it.
Yeah.
So we just have to learn how to use it ourselves.
Yeah. Okay, that link in the chat is working for me. Maybe give it one more try, and if not, we'll.
No, it's good. It's in there.
It's in there.
Yep.
All right.
Natalie had a question too about public. You may have said that. Are all the videos in public?
No, yeah. So that's what's nice about Flipgrid is the videos stay private to within that class, and so yeah, it's much different than YouTube in the sense that it's really difficult for someone to take a video and take it off of Flipgrid and put it elsewhere, which is nice. Two, I wanted to say with that, I always provide an alternative to my students because I have had students say, you know what, I just really don't like video recording myself, which I totally understand. It's not my favorite thing in the world either. And so I will give them the option to do a typed discussion post just as kind of an accommodation piece as well. So it's just something to think about. You may run into with your students. Usually I have about 100 students a semester, and usually it's only 1 or 2 per semester. So not a huge deal, but is something to be aware of. Yeah, what else? Are there questions?
You were showing that you do virtual office hours. Somewhat. Do you do that for each one of your classes through Flipgrid?
Yeah. I always have a place at the beginning of the class for them to post Q&A, and I really like that because what I found is students will answer each other's questions on there. So if it's about a particular assignment and I haven't gotten to it yet, other students will jump on there and record a video back and say, oh yeah, I used PowerPoint for that assignment. I think it's due Sunday night or whatever. Then all I have to do is go in there and give it a like, and they're off to the races. And then, yeah, occasionally I'll jump in there and do a video back to them. It's really so nice because I can use my phone if I'm on the go. I can get back to the students pretty timely and everything. But yeah, that's usually the first topic at the top of every class that I have is just like a general discussion, open office hour Q&A for the class. So I've had a lot of luck with that. But yeah, what else? Any other thoughts, questions? No? Let's see. I have one in the chat here. All right. Well, yeah, like I said, my name is Curt Davidson. It's Curt.Davidson at CSULB. C with a C, Curt with a C. So feel free to shoot me an email. Yeah, I can't tell I kind of nerd out on this stuff. So I'm happy to bounce ideas around or hear how you'd like to use it or give you some follow-up information if you're having trouble figuring out how to use it or anything else to that effect. So yeah, thanks for being here and thanks for taking the time to figure out new ways to engage your students. So hope we all have a great semester and see you all soon.